son, I love him. For him, I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat me, do you like how it tastes? Shawty, use it. Can't treat you like my ace. I got way too many problems to be worried, I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the Jakes. On the road, this crazy, I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up, it look like I'm foreign cars, driving fast, I never done this before. Get drown out my problems, let me point up in beach magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing.
Okay, Coach. Well, the road ends here. It has been a wild, often unpredictable 2019 season, and now it's time for the greatest spectacle in all of sports. Super Bowl 54 from Miami. You know, this town has played host to 10 Super Bowls in the past, and tonight we write chapter number 11. And what a matchup we've got. Tonight it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. As it'll be the first-time champions of the AFC, the Jacksonville Jaguars, taking on the NFC champions, the Green Bay Packers. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, a lot of folks thought maybe last year would be the season the Jags finally rose to Super Bowl contenders, but a 5-11 last-place campaign ended those thoughts pretty quickly. But now, here they are 1 year later making their first appearance on Super Bowl Sunday. Yeah, they were so close getting in a couple years ago, weren't they, against New England? And, boy, they played them tough in that game. But prior to this, they were one of 4 teams coming into this year that had never been to the Super Bowl. Who were the others? Browns, right? Yes, Texans and the Lions. Oh, the Lions, yeah. Exactly. They had never played in a Super Bowl. That's over now. They're in the Super Bowl. Now they want to go out and win it. Meanwhile, the Packers are back as they lift him nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And Adams has it, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 42. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Now on 2nd and 13. Rodgers. It's hauled in by Torrey Smith. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
It's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 5.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here, and just load up for it and see what happens.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. This is Grant. He gets it a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
He hauls it in. Valdez-Scantling for the Packers touchdown. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Foles and the Jags come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They begin with a run by Smith, and he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
At the 30-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the jet sweep, here's Westbrook. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
On 2nd and 1, Foles completes it to Lee. Fournette, a first down carry. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. The tackle made by Blake Martinez.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Foles. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Here's Foles. Going right side here, and that's complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They go back to the ground now with Fournette. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Foles. He's got his tight end O'Shaughnessy. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, just keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
On third down, Smith. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. He'll get 4 yards on the carry there, and we will get to the end of the first quarter of play. And this may be a big early turning point in this Super Bowl. They're going to go for it on fourth down here. 6-0 our score after one. Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on fourth down. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward, and indeed he did not. They stop him. A chance to get some momentum here in the second quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I don't want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
They'll get this out wide to Allison. 13 yards, first down, Packers. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4. At the 33-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. To throw, it's Rodgers. Forced out to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Yannick Ngakoue. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
And it's 3rd down. 3rd and 13.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long.
26.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Josh Allen. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And that'll be incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Now left side on the swing pass. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Here we go.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try to right side here with Fournette. Zadarius Smith able to get him down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Staying on the ground, this time it's Smith. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And down to the 19-yard line. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. He'll look to throw here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
At the Packers' 14-yard line.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now Leonard Fournette. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
180. Great.
They'll try and run forward with Smith. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Hayden Ford.
After the penalty, it's Fournette. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it?
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. Through a couple of plays, this Green Bay defense is held strong. Now it's 3rd and goal. Try to punch it in with Smith. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Punching it in from a yard away. As his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make. Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Let's go! At their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Throwing is Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football.
Third and 15.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt.
Let's go! Let's go!
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Here we go! Here we go!
2nd and 11. Throwing right, and that's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 8.
2 minutes even on the clock in the first half of Super Bowl 54.
Want it! Keep playing hard, fellas, all day! Woo! Let's get it!
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rodgers. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
36. Kelly, don't let Kelly. On the 50.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And not his best effort there, as this one's going to be spotted down just outside of the 40-yard line.
At the 43-yard line.
Set. 180. Let's get this ball back to the offense. Let's go. Hey, alert 3.
A first down carry for Smith. Escapes the defender. 20. Touchdown, Jaguars! Tremont Smith, his 2nd touchdown of the Super Bowl. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. To throw is Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. Rodgers now on first down. And he finds his tight end, Graham. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
At the 40-yard line.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Rodgers to throw once more. Complete. Smith has it. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 29-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Rodgers again now. And this one complete to Smith. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Senator, 319. Bang it. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Check flag 47. Check flag 47.
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. This is caught. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Crosby with the extra point, and the lead is cut to 1 at 14-13. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout called. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Here we go, Keith, get off the field.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we've reached halftime here in the 2020 Super Bowl, Super Bowl 54. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. The never-tedious halftime show behind us, and now it's back to football as we get going again in Super Bowl 54. This is taken at his 4. And nothing but daylight ahead. Touchdown, Jaguars. Call that a 96-yard house call on the kick return. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead.
And talk about taking words and bringing them to life. At halftime, I will guarantee you in their locker room, they talked about pressing the kicking game because you can get an advantage if you do it right, and they just did.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead is up to 8. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Rodgers operating from the gun. Looking deep, and that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2. Rodgers from the gun, he'll throw. Being chased out left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
3rd quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe 1st or 2nd, you don't. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to I don't like to chase a lot of points. Yeah. But I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They'll run on first down. It's Smith. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
They keep it with Smith on first down, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. They get 8 yards back there. They could use another one of those now on 3rd and 7.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
They'll set up a throw. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Let's go. Let's do it. First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
Operating from the gun, Rodgers. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Rodgers. Open man is Allison, complete. His second catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Open here is Allison. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
258. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
On 2nd down now. It's Grant, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
58. Check, 47. Down to lose one. Hey, 88. Now, you got 58.
Now Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Telvin Smith with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Fielded at about the 28. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. After the penalty, it's Smith. And an alley to run. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in the game.
And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got Fitzgerald. His 2nd catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum right there.
Yeah, they really are, and I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at their 49-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards. So make it 2nd and 5. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 36-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On the carry, here's Smith. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. good pickup of 28 yards.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Tonight, we need it. Let's go, team. Gonna be a long day.
Here we go now with Smith. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Tremont Smith with a record 4th Super Bowl touchdown tonight. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that makes this a 9-point game. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
One quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
19.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. Now Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack there to Jake Ryan.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Rodgers. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. The Packers on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 17. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get him to 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. And look at this. It's a fake. And this is caught. A big breakdown defensively there on the fake punt. Turns into a huge play and a 1st down. And I don't know what the method is to know when to dial up a fake punt, when not to, whatever the method there, it worked for him.
I think you actually did explain it. There is no method. It's just a feel, a sense, and a healthy dose of guts in order to call that play in that situation.
Element of surprise, I guess, right?
Yeah, element of surprise and just a strong belief that, hey, we're going to get it done.
And what is going on here? Are they serious? First down, and they're in punt formation. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Second and 5 at the 25-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Again, it's Smith. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. This is Fournette. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now he'll escape to his left. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice, get rid of it, live to fight another down.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Foles, they'll set up the screen to Smith. And give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7. Now Foles. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Check. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike 53. Mike 53.
Here's Rodgers throwing again. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Rodgers, operating from the gun. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. A very solid gain of 27.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Now a play fake. Rodgers. And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On 2nd down, it's Grant. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
3rd and 8.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on Ringo. Tight ends on Ringo. 11. 3 down. 48.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 25-yard line. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
On first down, Rodgers. And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's 2nd down. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. Got a man. That's Allison. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Tight ends right. Hey, we got 3 down, 3 down.
And again, it's Rodgers. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
Tempo, tempo, tempo. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
They'll run it again with Smith. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. The Jaguars on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 8. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Here's Logan Cook now. The clock showing 2 minutes even in what's been a memorable Super Bowl 54. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Returnable for Grant. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. A throw over the middle taken in, and he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. A big play that time on the catch and run. 35 yards.
You better be afraid of me.
To throw is Rodgers. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And all the way down to the 5. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Packers first down. First and goal at the 5-yard line.
319. I got one. Kill.
Back to throw, Rodgers. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
And that was a good collision right there. And I know this as a former defender. If you're playing linebacker, you're going through a checklist on every play on who you think's going to get the ball and where you think the ball's going to go. Rarely do you expect the fullback position to get it. And on that play he did. So you got to steel yourself at that point because the contact is going to be strong.
Now Rodgers. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown. But probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a two-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense, right?
That's true. You've said that before. So they needed the onside kick. They got it. Now they need a field goal.
And that's the beauty of this. They don't have to get 6. A field goal ties the ball game for them. Nicely executed play.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Back to throw. It's caught here by Adams. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Rush in. Rush in. Hey, 88.
He's back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Interception, baby. All day.
Intercepted. The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Well, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And the Jaguars have done it. Jacksonville, the Super Bowl champions. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs. You see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them. A fantastic season.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. What a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.